Hiya Blade, so it's Birmingham away tonight. Interesting team, I thought. It's nice to see Berger get back in the team. Obviously, sometimes he can slow us down. It can be a bit lethargic, so I'm hoping that we'll see a nice change from him today. We'll see the Sander Berger that drives us forward, that gets his head down and really runs at teams. Ben Davies is also back in, so coming back in at that left centre-back spot. Really good to have him back. I think he's missed about 6 games, so really nice to have him after his COVID and his personal issues. And then the big one, John Fleck. Brilliant to have him back. Obviously, after everything that happened at Reading, just really nice to see him in the team. Quick note on the Birmingham side, a bit scared of Lyle Taylor and Scott Hogan. Ghosts of Christmas past always come back to haunt us, don't they? But into the first half, and I thought first 10, 15 minutes, bit of a non-event really. We were just living through their protest more than anything. Supportive of teams protesting, obviously completely understand why Birmingham feel the need to. The closure of part of their stadium is bad, and I can understand why they'd be frustrated with their owners. Do think it's a selfish form of protest. Why disrupt the game? Why try and ruin it for the other team? You find that they're only blowing the whistles when you've got the ball. As soon as they've got the ball, it's fine. Let's carry on. We don't need to protest now. So I do think there's got to be a better way of doing it than that, and it does frustrate me a little bit. But fortunately, that stopped fairly early on. And then, United grew into the game. I thought from that point on, we were a little bit on top, leading into a really big moment where 𝐍𝐸𝐲𝐶 gets free, goes into the box, gets kicked, and everyone just ignores it. Apparently, we just play on. That's fine. Everybody moves on with their life. He's got the ball. He's running in. They're kicks his back leg. He tries to stay up, goes down. Cannot fathom why it's not a penalty. It was just obvious. He just clips his back leg. He tries to stay up. It's Keith Stroud. I don't know what else you can expect. Referees are always just seem to be getting worse. But that just seemed like a shocker from me. It was just such an obvious pen. But after that, Birmingham did grow into the game. I thought particularly by the end of the half, they were on top. We had a bit of a nervy moment, ball into the box that Wes came and flapped at. He's really got to do a lot better than that. You can't be flapping just a simple ball into the box. But fortunately, they made a bit of a mess of it and it didn't come to anything. I think we've got to the end of the half without a shot on target for each team. So that about sums it up. It's not been great. So hopefully into the second half, we can regroup, we can get back on top and we can take control of this game. And we'll make sure we're not just living to regret a refereeing mistake. Up the Blades. Let's get this win.
Hello, it's Jono. Just giving you my view on the second half. Obviously still in the ground, only a couple of minutes after the final whistle. I thought after what was a very flat end to the first half, much better second half. Come out a lot more lively. Obviously I think the atmosphere of the game helped, the flare up just in front of the away fans, just a couple of minutes in, which resulted in Roberts and Sharp getting booked. And then after that we had a couple of really good chances. We had a 3-on-1 that Fleck put straight at the goalkeeper, which was frustrating. And then Dye had a really good move where he hit it from distance, cut in, and I think it was Roberts who got his head and knocked it over. And after a really good start to the second half, on the 60-minute mark, obviously Blues go 1-0 up, and their first bit of pace really. They attacked us. Their number 21, I don't know his name, but nice ball over, knocked it to the back, and obviously Lyle Taylor to put it in the back of the net. It's frustrating. I think it was against the run of play. We found ourselves 1-0 down. Almost straight after that, they have another attack, and Fotheringham kept us in it. Really good save. Stayed at 1-0, and 30 seconds later we've scored. Quick, again, bit of pace. It's what the game needed, some pace. We break forward. Sander Berge plays it through to Sharp, and Sharp does what it does best, puts it in the corner, and it's 1-1. I think after that we controlled the game, and then obviously for the second goal came 2-3 minutes later. I personally thought it looked a bit offside, but I've been told it wasn't. Nice finish by Bogle, put it through to go 2-1 up. And then after that, I think we controlled the rest of the game. They had a couple of chances, but we saw the game out fairly well. So ultimately, really good performance. Just want to give a big shout out to McBurney as well. I thought he was brilliant. Really good cameo for the last 10 minutes. Ran about, put himself about. So yeah, really good performance. 2-1 win. Up to the Blades.
Brilliant 2-1 win for the Blades today. A come from behind victory at Birmingham on the road. Let's get into your player ratings, shall we? Wes Fotheringham in goal with a 7 today. He only faced 2 shots on target and couldn't stop one of them, but on the whole, I thought it was a very good day for Wes. Ben Davies on the left side of our center back trio, giving him a 7. Some rustiness coming back in the team, but that tackling, brilliant. Love to see that. John Egan, giving him a 6.5, lowest rating of the 3 center backs. I thought he wasn't very involved in the game, and that's obviously a good thing for a center back, but I'd love to see more of John Egan taking the ball up, getting involved in those corners a bit more. Basham, 7.5 from me today. Great overlapping throughout, especially in the second half, but he did look gassed at the end and took a knock to the head early on in the game, so I hope he's okay moving forward. Reece Norrington-Davis on the left side for our wingbacks, giving him a 6 today. He put some good tackles in, but going forward, it felt like he took a step back. Not as good as he was, even with all those missed shots he's had recently. He wasn't even getting close to the box today. Unlike our other wingback, Jayden Bogle, who gets a 8.5 from me today. Really a nothing first half for him, but second half really came alive, was amazing down the right the whole half, and unlike what Lee Boyer might think, definitely was onside for that goal. Brilliant finish, slotted it right between the keeper's legs. Love to see it, Bogle. Moving on to our midfield, we have John Fleck on the left, coming back into the team, starting for the first time in a while, giving him a 7. He looks comfortable as the game got on, making those late runs that we're so used to seeing from Fleck. And that's what created that second goal for Bogle, was a late run into the box, quick tap over to Bogle. Love to see it, Fleck. Keep that up. Norwood in the middle, giving him a 7 today. Honestly, probably one of Norwood's worst games when it comes to his pings. They just weren't on target for most of the game, but it didn't matter. He got the job done. Did really well in the middle of the field. Berga on the right side of that midfield trio, giving him a 7 today. And as always with Berga, it's a pretty quiet game for most of the time, and then there's a flash of brilliance, and we saw that. He created some space, worked his magic, and gave that magic touch to Billy Sharp to score that goal to get us right back into the game. A great response from him and from the team. Our front two today, we could call it a 2. That's kind of how it felt. They were lining up most of the time, was 𝐍𝐸𝐫, giving him a 7.5. Really showed his skill throughout the whole game, deserved a penalty in the first half, definitely was brought down inside the box. Unfortunate to not get that, but 𝐍𝐸𝐫, keep going. Let's get you to play a full 90 minutes here in the future because you are so good. Love to see you on the field playing well. And then Billy Sharp finally gets over that record in the last game, and we all know now, floodgates are open. He's going to score goals. And he obviously gets his goal today. Give him an 8.5. Here's to goal number 124 in the next match. On to our subs, we had Didsey and McBurney coming on. Both had pretty decent appearances. Didsey, we're going to go with a 6.5. Dude, you got to shoot. When you have the ball and the keeper's at the halfway line, just shoot the ball. Just kick it. Unfortunate Didsey couldn't do anything there, but he did well to help run the clock down. Same with McBurney, giving him a 6. Came on, really solid substitute appearance. And for the manager, Paul Heckenbottom, 7.5 today. He didn't get a yellow card, unlike Lee Boyer, and the team won. He got these boys firing, went down a goal, said, hey, I trust you guys. I'm going to put Fleck. I'm going to put Berga. Didn't take them off at halftime when everybody thought he might have. Left him on, and they were the 2 that got the assists, that got us the 3 points. Love to see it, Hecky. Let's just keep going. Keep rolling. I don't know. On to Evie for the positives and negatives.
Hi Blades, positives and negatives from me today. I don't have many negatives at all. As you can imagine, that was a fantastic result and a game that really showed our bottle as a team for me. I'll tick off the negatives really quickly. Perhaps we should have started the game a little bit quicker. We did invite pressure, which could have caused us a lot more problems than it actually did. Their goal, for me, I feel like we could have done a lot better on. We were all over the place in the build-up. We were a bit out of position, so it's another thing we do need to keep working on. There was quite a few missed chances, most notably probably for me from Egan. I think there was 3 or 4 headed chances that he should have done a lot better with, which is a side of his game that he really does need to improve on. But other than that, I don't really have many bad things to say about that game. Like I said, it was a really good performance, so I will crack on with the positives. 2 of the best performers of the night was Ndiaye and Berg for me. I thought they were both excellent. Ndiaye is a special talent. They couldn't get anywhere near him, and he should have probably had 2 or 3 penalties to his name as well that were not given, but he had an absolutely fantastic performance. Same with Sander as well. I feel like a lot of us were pretty sceptical about seeing him on the team sheet before the match, but he put in a performance that certainly justified that. with some fantastic attacking play and defensive duties as well. Excellent assist for Sharp's goal, and was big part in the build-up play to Bogle's goal, which was great to see as well. Hopefully we can see more performances like that from Sander going forward. Another positive would have been both the goals. They're both fantastic goals in their own way, a lovely threaded pass for Sharps, and a great team-moving finish for Bogles as well. Just the sort of goals we like to be seeing, some entertaining football, some lovely goals scored. And it's just great to see the team enjoying the football again and playing with that confidence that we've missed for so long. Yeah, exactly, just the resilience at the end as well. Really good game management compared to not long ago when we did chuck away that 2-goal lead. It was a fantastic shutting of the doors by the end of the game. Really, really great to see from us. And a final mention to just the solidarity I think the club, the players, the fans, and everybody has. And I'm echoing statements of lots of people on Twitter that this club is at its best when everyone's united and pulling in the same direction, and everyone really just excited about where the team's going. We're on a fantastic roll at the minute, Blades, and let's hope we continue in this vein and hopefully push one of them playoff spots. So until next time, up them Blades!